Sudden sunlight startled her sleep. She stirred and stretched under the silken sheets on her sylvan bed and rubbed her eyes. Images from the dream she had just had remained in her head. It had been a frightening and confusing dream of dragons, weddings, music, battles, horses of different colors. She had been in all the scenes, but she couldn't remember what she had done, even though she knew it had been important. Usually her dreams were of streams and meadows, mountains and oceans, flowers, birds, and woodland animals. But every time she woke from them, it was still dark. She had slept and dreamt and slept and dreamt until now it was daylight, and it was time to get up. As the sun illuminated her surroundings, she looked in wonder at the forest just beyond her bedroom glade. When she had gone to bed, the trees were not very tall. Now they were thicker and much taller. How many years, she wondered, had she been asleep? Her bed looked the way she remembered it, with its 4 tall and strong tree stumps, its bedposts, her deep blue quilt filled with down from the wild geese. She was wearing a pure white nightdress. Her light blue robe was hanging on the branch of a nearby tree. She pushed the covers from her and sat up and let her feet dangle over the side of the bed. She was wondering if she were still dreaming when she heard the sweet sound of a flute. As she looked to see where the sound was coming from, a young girl playing a panpipe came into sight. The girl was leading 3 young women. When they reached her bed, the music stopped, and one of the maidens said to her, "Our tapestry is finished. You asked us to come to you when the picture was complete. Now it is. It is beautiful and ugly, exquisite and terrible, filled with joy and sadness." The second maiden said. "You must see it," said the third. She vaguely remembered these women, but she couldn't quite place them. They obviously knew her. She realized that she had been asleep so long that her past seemed fuzzy and insubstantial. She hoped her memory would become clearer during this new day. They helped her into her blue robe and escorted her to a long, narrow building. As she entered the building, she saw the tapestry. It was still on its loom, very long and about 6 feet wide. Its detail was incredible. Tiny houses, people, animals, with colors as varied as nature's own. Battlefields, churches, cities. As she walked along the loom, she saw scenes unfold. Peaceful scenes and terrible scenes. A serpent seemed to be twining and slithering around and through the fabric, a glinting eye here, a forked tongue there, a constrictor here, a rattlesnake there. She recognized herself in the final section of the tapestry. The pictures were like the ones in the dream she had just had. There were 3 men with trumpets leading her, and there was a dragon lurking behind a mountain. What did this all mean? She asked the maidens. They did not reply, but escorted her out of the building. The sound of a trumpet startled them all as they left the building. 3 riders soon came into sight, each blowing a trumpet. Their horses were of 3 different colors, red, white, and black, and were almost galloping. They came to a halt just a few feet in front of her. Not even dismounting, they said in unison, "It is your time, my lady. Our master has sent us to bring you to him." "Why?" she asked. Breathlessly, they recited their message. Cities are burning, ships are sinking, airplanes are falling from the sky, and dragon men are plotting in dark mountain caves to control human history. Now, it is your time. The first man said, "Wear your new robe." The second man said, "Wear your crown." The third man said, "Be ready tomorrow. We will come for you with your chariot of fire." Then they turned their horses around and galloped back the way they had come. What did they mean? What chariot, what crown, what robe? She said out loud, shaking her head. The three maidens were smiling. One of them said, "Now we know why we wove the gold cloth and the dark blue cloth." Another said, "And why we cut out so many gold stars." The third added, "And kept her crown polished all these years." "Come with us, Our Lady, and we will make your robe. You will be ready when they come back." And so she went with them to their house, where they measured her and began making her a full-length dress of gold satin and a dark blue robe on which they would sew 100 gold stars. She loved watching them, amazed at their speed and dexterity. They completed it at nightfall. With some reluctance, she went to bed. How long would this night be?